just because something happened to somebody doesn't mean that they're allowed to do it to other people. We just give them a pass because they went through it.
Fact.
That's like saying, well, this kid was traumatized as a young boy growing up, and now he's a serial killer. But we ain't talking about the fact that he did this, this, and that when he went through some shit as a kid. Why don't we take that into account? It's like we do.
Yeah.
You gotta be held accountable for
the shit that you do.
Right? Is there an age modifier? Exactly. Right? It's like, well, because he was as a kid, does that mean that he's allowed to dip down 3 years below the actual legal age?
No.
Like what are we actually talking
Not
about?
okay.
At the end of the day, listen.
To copulate
I'm a single mom.
with
I've had a lot of
underage
moments, but
females.
everyone deserves to be in that room. Everyone does.
Or males.
And you got someone who's
underage.
It's weird that
males.
they're with a 16-year-old. It is, and I'd say morally, it's pretty wild.
Crazy.
Legally, I guess they're in the right in the sense that they're not going to get in any trouble, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a way that you feel about it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not really an argument to then say, well, they're just 2 years younger.
Condemnatory remarks
then
about
2 years younger than that is 11, and 2 years younger than that is 8. So
the act that is morally bad, but legal.
Years younger, well, so what? And then,
people
then
who
2 years younger than that.
do that crazy stuff should be condemned. The people who copulate, the grown people who copulate with underage people should be vilified, condemned, cooked, checked, cooked, criticized.
Years younger, well, so
demonized.
What? And then 2 years younger than that is 11, and 2 years younger than that is 8. So how far are we gonna roll with that?
Yeah.
Is, and I'd say morally, it's pretty wild. Legally, I guess they're in the right in the sense that they're not going to get in any trouble, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a way that you feel about it, right? So it's that's not really an argument to then say, well, they're just 2 years younger. Well, so what? And then 2 years younger than that is 11, and 2 years younger than that is 8. So how far are we going to roll with that? That seems like a horrible argument.
Yeah.
Like an absolutely horrible argument. As someone who keeps claiming throughout this talk that he doesn't agree with that. He's not on board with that. It's wild for you to then defend that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me.
And
it's not even like this was just one girl. This was
he contradicted.
Multiple women that he was doing this with. Like that man had been doing that shit for a minute now. How about we take that into account? It's not even like this was the first rodeo for this man. Now, as far as him saying that their parents knew about it, that still doesn't make it right. If anything, that just means that the parents should also be getting in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Just because the parents are willing to give off their 15, 16, 14-year-old girl to R. Kelly because he's popular and they feel like, yo, it's gonna change our family and make a whole bunch of money, that shit's wrong too.
Yeah.
They should also be getting in trouble. So just because they knew about it doesn't change the amount of trouble that he should get in. That's why I see why Coi Leray is like, yo, I disown that man.
Yeah, no lividity, bro, you cannot blame, you cannot blame Coi for distancing herself from SINzino, bro. She got a good reason, bro.
That's why I see why Coi Leray is
logical,
like, I disown that
a
man.
laudable, logical reason.
So when you see him in interviews, do not talk to me about it because it got nothing to do.
Yeah.
That's why I see why Coi Leray is like, yo, I disown that man.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with him. So when you see him in interviews,
they say your own people, do you? Your own people, bro. They they are the first people to hurt you. Your own people. Sad. They also say family is not limited to blood. Family is not limited to blood.
Yo, it's gonna change our family and make a whole bunch of money. Like, that shit's wrong too. Like, they should also be getting in trouble. So just because they knew about it doesn't change the amount of trouble that he should get in. That's why I see why Coy Leray is like, yo, I disown that man. I don't want nothing to do with him. So
This
you see him in interviews, you're not talking to me about it 'cause it got nothing to do with me. I don't blame her. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Because it's like she has paved her own way in the music
Yes,
industry.
yes.
Completely detached from her father's
Mhm.
name. And yet he continues to get in more and more and more bullshit.
Yeah. Goofy
And
stuff.
it inevitably gets tied to her in some way.
Injudicious.
She may not get dragged for it,
Injudicious.
bad for her, because it's like she has paved her own way in the music industry, completely detached from her father's name, and yet he continues to get in more and more and more bullshit.
Yep.
And
Sad.
it inevitably gets tied to her in some way.
Yep.
Like, she may not get dragged for it, but people start asking her, well, what your dad
Sad.
said this, your dad said that. He's just like, just digging the hole deeper for himself.
Yep.
Every single thing that he does. He's like,
Stupidity.
first I'm going to get all of Eminem fans to hate,
Idiocy.
which is a large portion of
Yeah. Stupidity, bro. Stupidity. Idiocy. Stupidity.
But people start asking him, well, what your dad said this, your dad said that. He's just like, just digging the hole deeper for himself. Every single thing that he does. He's like, yo, first I'm going to get all of Eminem fans to hate, which is a large portion of rap fans. Then I'm going to go on and I'm going to defend R. Kelly. And it's not even so much that I just went on and said I think R. Kelly deserves another chance. I went on and defended people getting with girls that are under 16. What are we actually doing? What are we actually doing?
Yeah, bro.
This is so crazy to me. There is one thing that I want to talk about that it's completely unrelated to this. Can you guys see his fingers? Has anybody else noticed in all the comedy? Yeah. Michelle was talking up. I mean, I guess not at this point because he's still kicking and rolling around and doing comedy. Yeah. Anyways, I don't have any more words for him. It's just crazy. I don't care about the struggle.
He sucks.